Guys, welcome back to my channel, When Tay Talk. I am Tay, and I am here for another segment of Here We Go With the Bullsh. Okay? Alright, let's get into this mess. So, y'all know your girl been out. So, one day last week, I did record a video, 2 of them, that I was going to combine together. But guess what? The laptop said no. Okay, and I was already sick, so I was too disgusted to even bother. I said I can't do it because they was long. Y'all know I like to run my mouth. Oh, they was long. I was so hurt. Oh, I was hurt. But that's either here or there. I've got that situation under control. I have changed the earrings out. So off. Everything on the channel is alleged in my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. And also, please like this video, subscribe to the channel. Okay, it's time for 7K Tay. Get your girl on up in the algorithm so we can get to 7K. We are 800 away. Y'all, we didn't get that many subscribers this month, but the month is not over. Okay? So we still can, you know, move it on up to the 7K. And yes, to a deluxe subscription in the sky. Okay? So, it was 2 topics that I had on board that I still feel the need to discuss. Because I am still quite disappointed and pissed off and got some things to say that y'all need to hear, okay? So, our first up is that from the second episode with Kimmy and Maurice, like on release their exclusive digital exclusive from the second episode, and it's a mess. Okay, it's a mess. This is with Kimmy and Maurice talking, so I'm gonna play it and then, you know, give commentary throughout as well.
That's fair.
That might be it.
It's the gas out we did. Roll up water.
Right.
Roll up water.
Don't pop up at her house unannounced.
I don't do pop-ups.
Oh, okay.
I don't do pop-ups.
Have your assistant reach out to her.
Thank you, Kimmy, for not popping up at nobody's house, because you already know how that's gonna go. I had you locked up. No, I won't, but I either just sit there and watch you on my camera and laugh and talk about you in the house. Girl, me dropped the mic and Brownskin was on the phone the other night when somebody popped up at my house. I'm sending them pictures from the video, screenshot from the video. They did bagged in like he home. No, sir. Please pull on out as easily as you bagged in. Yes, I'm in a house, got a whisper in my own damn house because I don't want you to hear me in here. They talked about me like a dog. Oh my God. But let me hear. I want y'all to hear this part.
Because I know your assistant has her number, right?
I don't know. Like, they'll be changing that number, man.
First of all, why do Kimmy have an assistant? I thought she wasn't working. Maurice. And if she had a damn assistant, why the hell was that damn assistant at to fix that damn food? To fix that food for her while she was doing the meal prep. Ain't that something that an assistant would do? Let us know. and get in contact with her the same damn way you got in contact with her to come over to y'all damn house or to set up that party for you. Maurice is a starter.
Oh,
You know, I've had my same number since I moved to Huntsville. Literally. These folks be changing them numbers. So I just have to check and see. But now that you pointed out, yeah, it looked like she was in the cut. I didn't really pay much attention to it initially.
yeah, I was golfing and stuff. I just didn't like. I actually saw Stormy and Courtney. Like Courtney was he was in our group
Golfing.
and like they kind of went into their area. And,
Oh, I forgot they was at the golf place.
to her area. I know Marty was like he was bouncing around.
Marty.
Surely they're fine. Like, what would they not be fine about?
Kimmy, shut the fuck up. You know they not fine. He's suing her for custody of their kids. For full custody of her kids or their kids. So basically trying to take their kids away from her. So you know they not good. So damn fake. And Maurice, shut the hell up. Why is you worried about watching people and what they damn doing? You should have been watching Kimmie.
They were fine when we were like in LA.
I'm not saying that they're not fine. I'm just saying that everybody might be in their space just recharging.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
that could be it.
Hopefully they're fine. We don't need
Right.
another not fine.
Listen to this.
Find a way for what?
For them not to be fine. People find
He said it right. He gonna find a way for them not to be fine. Mel Martell, Mel Tisha, Mel Kimmie, anything. They are going to find a way for people not to be fine with her. He said it out of his own raggedy ass mouth.
a way in our group somehow not to be fine. Because Keke was there. I knew that Keke and Mel would have been kicking it, right?
Why did you know that?
That's fair too. I didn't. That's fair.
See, this is a messy made person to sit around and watch other people's movements and what they're doing. Why is that even your concern? Your wife is here celebrating a milestone with cancer. Why are you watching the guest and see who's interacting and who's not interacting? All you should have been concerned with is making her happy.
I didn't notice that.
How are we?
Exactly, because she was too busy celebrating.
I don't know.
See, listen. It's the pullback. Everybody's like, going to their space.
Everybody
Whatever.
should go to
I
their
think the
spaces
best-
and mind their
The
fucking
best
business.
person to get the best answers is going to be Mel herself. It really doesn't stand to reason that we even talk about it. Right.
Yeah.
There's no reason to
Thank
talk
you,
about it or
Kimmie.
speculate.
Or you can call all of these individuals. Because
Nope. Won't do
Why?
that.
Why not?
There's no reason. There's no.
Now, Maurice, why would you want her to do that? Why would she call everybody and ask them what was they doing at the party and why they wasn't talking to such and such and why this person wasn't talking to such and such? You didn't even want her to have a damn party because you didn't want her to overwhelm herself, but you want her to get into some damn mess to worry about what the hell some other grown ass people doing and what they not talking to and who they talking to? Sounds divisive to me. Sounds messy as to me. But she couldn't have a congratulation party to celebrate herself finishing chemo or anything like that. You didn't want that. You thought that would be too much. But you want her to go around to everybody and ask them what their problem is with such and such. Who the she's supposed to be?
Reason to talk to 10 different people about what you might think is wrong with Mel.
I'm saying
Just talk
that you
to
should.
Mel.
No, I'm not saying Mel. This isn't about Mel. This is about each individual. Why were they all in their own little spaces or whatever?
Because they were.
And then you could get their story straight from the horse's mouth.
Why?
Oh,
Why you need
no,
that?
I'm not talking to everybody.
You're not going to call all these people.
No,
They
I'm not
came
gonna
to support you. Okay.
You see how manipulative they are? They came to support you. Because she said she not doing that. Do you realize what they came to support her for? Maurice? Mo? Do you realize what they came to support her for? So, why do you think that it's a good idea for her to go around being fucking messy? So now it's starting to look like, Kimmie, you are a fucking fool for even entertaining Maurice, because anybody that is trying to encourage you to get into some mess when you going through what you going through do not have your best interests at heart. They don't love you like you need to be loved, okay? They ain't giving not one fuck about what's going on with you, because the last thing you need right now is to be worried about them and what they got going on.
No, I'm not talking to them about why they might have been in separate corners.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think that everybody was in separate corners. I thought everybody kind of talked and did one-offs from time to time. You could have looked up at any moment, and I was one-off with somebody. That doesn't mean we were, in our separate corners.
He want Kimmie to do his dirty work.
Many times.
That's fair.
So, in the bottom line, he want Kimmie to do his dirty work with his slimy gutter self. I cannot take it. And let me get to the next part. We're going to talk about Tisha and Kiki. And we're going to get to the bottom of some things. So this part, we're going to listen to the the part where Tisha and Kiki was at the gym. This is another, I think this was a behind the scenes exclusive, but this was on Instagram.
I wanted to invite you here today, like really trying to figure out how to move forward. I had a conversation with Courtney. She was talking about how when she moved here to Huntsville, that we was her family here. And she was like, I just really want y'all to try to fix things. Mm-hmm. So
it's so unfair for us to put our families, through situations that stems from things that we're going through.
Do y'all notice how Tisha, when she talks about her side of the family, how she speaks about them, all except like her mother, that she speaks about them as if she speaks about them like in sometime in present and past terms as family members, like they were her family, we was family, things like that, like as if like family is not just family always. It's always like it's interchangeable to her, like it's that her other family members are disposable to her. But I don't hear her speak about like the Scotts like that, like Marcel and them and Kimmie and stuff like that. Like she just speaks about her family, especially like Kiki, and even Courtney.
Stems from things that we're going through.
Yeah, all kids are right there together. Their relationship, it reminds me a lot of when, like, we first started hanging around each other. Mm-hmm. It's sad that we spend holidays and we don't include all of them together. My heart is like, I love you and I want a relationship with you. And my mind is like, don't be a fool. That's why this whole thing with you, with being, and I know you didn't like the puppets, but that's how I felt like you were being used.
You her cousin, you've been around her. Do you feel like she's ever had an inclination or has seen anything? Are these the first rumors or anything that has ever been out?
Things have come to her where she's had to look at her marriage. Have you ever witnessed Marcel cheated before 2018?
I didn't want to hurt you. That wasn't what.
I don't think that was Kiki's intention on hurting her, because if it was all like that, Kiki could have said the stuff about them text messages at Mill House. If she wanted to be low down and rotten, she could have talked about those text messages at Mill House in front of everybody with your lying ass. Like, that's a problem I have with Tisha and even her mom. Like, they want people to lie for them all the time. They lie too much, and they want people to lie for them all the time. They want people to go with them with their lies. And if you not, then they mad at you. Let me just finish this, and I'm going to give some reasons why I feel that Keke and Tisha will not get along, and it might be time for Keke to just dissolve this relationship, family ship, whatever that Tisha, because Tisha act like she can have it or she can't. You can go or whatever. Like, it's always like she can just wash her hands of Keke like she's nothing.
I didn't want to hurt you. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I told you, pretty much everything that went on at the Christmas party.
Oh, you didn't tell me the detail that came back to me that you was saying about me.
Of course I didn't tell you every single detail, but honestly, me ever playing a part in anything that would be that hurtful to you, it wasn't my intention. And I just kind of felt like you and Marcel made it a lot worse than what it really was.
How it was.
I agree with Keke on that. I agree with Keke on that because they blew it all out of proportion. Like, basically, what Keke did was prove Mel's point that she was not the first. When she said that Tisha needed to pull up on Marcel, that was not the first time that there has been rumors about her marriage, okay, or infidelities in her marriage. So that it proved that point. But again, if Tisha hadn't been lying about it, would what Keke said been that big of a deal? Like, I mean, she's not saying, like, she didn't say nothing about your damn marriage. She just said that you had to look at it. I don't know what you want from her. Like, it ain't like she said yes, like she has been cheated on. Yes, she has caught him doing X, Y, and Z. So that makes it seem like there is something that y'all trying to hide because y'all making a big deal about her saying that you had to question it. Who has been married for that long or with somebody for that long and you haven't questioned anything? You looking at his phone means that you questioned him before.
It wasn't my intention. And I just kind of felt like you and Marcel made it a lot worse than what it really was.
How it was. I know how you play around with words. And I know you say stuff about...
No, she know how to articulate herself. Nobody's playing around with words, Tisha. Just because you don't know how to articulate yourself or express yourself, you and your mom, it doesn't mean that people are playing with words. They're just expressing themselves.
And I know you say stuff without saying it. You have to be direct. You can't say around the bush stuff. Not when it comes to like me and my marriage, because then you leave it up to other people to assume.
Why are you saying lying stuff? And not one time did Tisha ever deny that what Keke said was not true. She didn't say it wasn't true. She's just mad that she said it.
Same way. Like
around the bush stuff. Not when it comes to like me and my marriage, because then you leave it up to other people to assume and guess.
We feel the exact same way. Like, exact same way. It's just that a part of me was like, well, how can you say anything to me when you did X, Y, and Z?
I don't think I'm getting through to Keke. Like, she keeps playing this both sides are wrong game, which we've been playing for the past 10 years. And she's not taking ownership. And I just don't think...
What ownership are you taking? Every time Keke bring up what you've done to her, you don't want to talk about it no more. It's old. This is old as well. When the fuck are you going to get over it? Because what you told Mel Num was very much so more scantless than what she said. You did the same thing she did, but you're trying to hold her to some type of standard that you're not holding yourself to. You apologize for it. She apologized for it, but you keep bringing it up. But you want her to get over what you said about her. And it's old and all this stuff. It is not 10 years old.
Not taking ownership.
You not
I
either.
just don't think that it's going to work out between us. This is just so frustrating. Like, I'm just tired. I can't believe out of all people, you would be the one to try to hurt me like that. To the extent where you're really trying to bring me down.
How would that hurt you or bring you down?
Yeah. And I be trying to play nice. I don't want to get to the point where
This her
I am
threatening
angry
part.
and I just start spilling stuff on. What if I actually spoke on your marriage? That's not for real, for real.
Y'all see how manipulative she try to be with somebody else that's smarter than her? Be this manipulative with your damn husband, Tisha, because I don't understand why you, like, low-key, she was kind of like threatening Keke, putting her on notice. And Brown Skin said it, I think, on one of the lives. It seemed like it was so long ago, but it probably was just last damn week. When she was like, what Tisha did was worse because, for one, the information that she shared was worse. And then also, it was worse because whatever you feel like Keke did to you in the past, you knew that she was, on abusing DRUGSs. So you knew that she was not in her right state of mind. You did what you did in your right state of mind. So why are you on here trying to act like you some damn angel and Keke has to jump through hoops to request forgiveness from your ass when you're not doing the same with her? Like, you messy. Like, I don't understand it. And here are some of my points that I wanted to bring up. So it aired yesterday where Tisha was saying that Keke, was, high or whatever. And she was saying, she was taking her pain meds and stuff like that. And she was saying, F you and that baby, whatever. She said that Keke said she didn't remember saying that. If she said that, Tisha, you know that she was high. And at that point, you have some options. You have options. At that point, if somebody say that to you or something like that to you, to your face, these are your options. One, leave them alone. Because why would you want to be around somebody that would say something like that to you? Okay? And when you leave them alone, leave them alone. You don't deal with them anymore because what they said was out of pocket. And these two things, we cannot blame Tisha if she had done. The second thing you could do is realize that your cousin is not your cousin right now. That she is in an alternate universe because these things that she's on, that she's partaking in, has took her mind to a whole nother level and she's not thinking clearly. And you can try to get her some help if she wants the help. If she don't want the help, you might need to revert back to stop fucking with her. Okay? Those were your two options. You should have exercised one of them. Instead of constantly holding that stuff over her head. Don't bring up stuff to me about when I was high. Because it's not like when a person is drunk and they're speaking a, sober mind or whatever, saying things that they want to say when they sober. Like, that she was high, so she probably was in a desperate state, wanting Her body is craving for this substance. And it has gotten out of her control. It's out of her control. She is not herself anymore. So you shouldn't hold those type of things over her head. And still, with the Hope situation, I just feel like you still should have told her. When you knew that Mel had invited them, Keke, and if she was still in that state of mind or just got out of rehab or whatever, and I think Keke said she had just got out of rehab, you and your funky ass husband should have left it up to Keke to tell Melody what she was going through, what she was experiencing. And you could have also added a caveat that say, hey, I want you to tell them. I feel like they need to know this situation that you're in. You're fresh out of rehab. You're coming into their home. We know Mel was having babies every which way. So she probably had some pills around there too. So tell her. You tell her. Or, don't come. If you don't want to tell her, then I feel like it's best that you don't come to their home. And if you do come to their home and don't tell her, we're going to tell her. Even though I felt like it should have came from Tisha as a one-on-one with Mel and Martell or Mel or whatever, because I think the men should not have been involved in it or whatever. But you let your husband tell her that. That wasn't your husband's place to even tell. Why your ass ain't tell her? And then to hear that y'all told her and like laughing at that shit, that wasn't funny. And I seriously can picture y'all laughing at it because y'all good for laughing at somebody else's hardships. And not all like that either, but Tisha, you have arrest records for being a thief as well. And from it looks like that it says that you were on these substances as well. Did you tell them that? Did y'all tell the host that? Did y'all feel the need to express that to them? Your mama, they say she was a booster. And you was too. This is all that been reported. So, what did y'all tell them that? Because I'm quite sure they had expensive stuff in their house. I am quite sure they had expensive stuff in their house that y'all could pickpocket. But no, y'all didn't feel the need to tell that. But y'all felt the need to tell Keke's information and her business. Like I said, it might have been something that they needed to know, but it didn't need to come from y'all. Unless Keke felt like she didn't want to tell them and she still wanted to come to the party. Then I would have made them aware. So that way she would know that they knew. Whether it came from her or if it was going to come from y'all, she would have known that they knew and not coming into something where she hearing that y'all laughing at it. And another thing, Tisha want everybody to be over whatever she's done to them. But she want to harp on what she's done to somebody else. With that situation with her and Melody at that brunch that day, she act like she was just sitting there like a church mom, a school mom, and wasn't saying nothing back to Melody. Y'all were going back and forth talking crap. But yet you act like what she was saying was so gruesome when all she told you was go pull up on your husband. And when you asked her why was her husband making up lies about your husband, she said, how do you know he's lying? She didn't say he was lying. She didn't say he wasn't lying. She said, how do you know he wasn't lying? She wanted you to figure that shit out for yourself. Like you had her figure it out for herself. Like it fell in her lap. She wants you to have it fall in your shit. And you pick up some pieces so that when it fall in your lap, that it won't be so crushing like it was to her. The way that she found out. And for you to open your damn eyes to see that your husband was hanging with my husband. And my husband wasn't involved in all this stuff or getting caught with all this stuff until he started hanging with your husband. Okay? And then not even that, but your husband was helping my husband cheat. So why would he have a vested interest in that? And since Tisha claimed that she's such the boss and everything like that, I'm wondering, was she seeing those receipts for those car repairs and things like that Marceau was doing for Slaw, and Martell was paying him back? I wonder, was she seeing all of that, or was they funneling that stuff, those funds, through Scout? And that's why Tisha said it was damn near bankrupt. Another thing, stop lying so much. Tisha and her mammy always want somebody to go with their damn lies. No. Stop lying so damn much, and you wouldn't have nothing to worry about what somebody else gonna say, if it's gonna be true or not. Or if you gotta go back and try to cover it up, because you know what you're saying is true. You've been lying all this time about not having no indications about no kind of cheating or infidelities and stuff like that, when the whole time you have. And you're not fooling anybody but yourself. Keke didn't prove nothing to us, really. We already knew you have. She just basically confirmed it. Just like with your mama. Your mama was mad at Kimmie for 3 seasons. Because Kimmie wouldn't go with the lie that you was telling that y'all didn't talk about Mel. And y'all actually mad at her because she wouldn't go with you with the lies. Tell the damn truth sometime. Try that. And you wouldn't have to worry about anything. You wouldn't have to worry about remembering the damn lie or none of that. None of that. And another thing, one of the main problems that I think is Tisha's problem with Keke, and really, like we was saying it today on Drop the Mics Live, and I wrote it in my notes in here. I wrote it in my notes, and Pretty Brown Eyes said it, that I think that Tisha is just mad that Keke was invited to Mel's party and she was not. I think that was one of her main issues about that party. She keeps talking about that party and what you said, but she's not like saying like what she actually said that was so hurtful to her and harmful to her or anything. She just keeps saying what you said at that party, at Mel's party, and y'all was talking about me. And no, they was talking about a lot of shit at that party. They were talking about a lot of stuff, Tisha. Not just your onion head ass. Okay? But another thing I think that Tisha is mad at Keke, and this is like the main thing. I think that since Tisha has no control at home, I don't even think she got control over them damn kids, in my opinion. But we know as far as her marriage, she don't have any type of control there. I think that Tisha was trying to control Keke with how she was going to, present herself on the show. She wanted to hold that over her head. She wanted to be the one to say if Keke could be on the show or not be on the show. And this is something that I feel like a lot of African American families have in common. They always are competing with each other instead of trying to bring each other up and have generational wealth, generational things going on, leaving stuff to pass down to this person and this person and this person. They don't want their kids to be better than them, or you're fine in the family as long as you don't surpass them and stuff like that. Like, y'all see the other Caucasian people don't do that. They leave businesses and stuff to their kids. They leave stuff down, heirlooms and things like that. We don't really do that like that. So that's something that we need to get better at and stop being in competition with our family, because we all can win if we are together. I think she wanted her to be the only one on that show in her family. And Wanda too. Because my thing is, if Marceau can help his boring ass brother get on the show, why couldn't you help your family members get on the show? What's the problem with you getting your family members on the show as a permanent fixture? Because we could have did without Maurice and Kimmie the entire 6 seasons. We could have went without them. They added really like no value to the show. So I just think that she wanted to try to control the narrative with Keke and what she can come on the show for and what she can come on there and say. And I think that she was pissed that Mel found out that Keke wanted to be on the show and got her on the show. And now she's like a cast member. Not part of the core, but she's a cast member on the show with a regular role, more than the pop-ups that she had when Tisha's consent. So I think that she was jealous about that. She wanted to be the only person in the family shining. Hence is why she go around the family and they try to flock to her like she's the great white hope or something like that, when she's still dumb as a damn doorknob. Don't make no type of damn sense. And I think that this show was kind of like the first thing that she's had in her side of the family that highlighted her over anybody else, and basically mainly Keke, because as Keke said, her father and Wanda had always put them as competing against each other and compared them to each other, when they just probably wanted to be cousins. But it seems like Tisha, picked that up in her head. But Keke, you have to realize that I know Tisha is your cousin, but Tisha feels like she's your competition. She's not acting like family. You want her to be your favorite cousin that y'all used to be, and that's not her. She'll throw you to the wolves by any means necessary. So you need to think about that and reconsider your relationship. I feel like, Tisha don't mean you no good. And I feel like also that they are bringing Keke on this show to try to be like a punching bag for Tisha, because don't nobody else let her do anything. And she knows that Keke wants this relationship with her. So she's going to use this to try to manipulate her or whatever. But you too dumb to manipulate somebody. You throwing this girl business out to the streets, but you don't want her to say that you questioned your marriage before. To say that she said F you and that baby. Why would you say that when you know what state of mind she was in? Why would you say that? You spilling her tea. You spilling her business at the same time trying to claim that you love her and want to move on. And then you got these people coming to you saying this stuff about your cousin that you want to have so much loyalty to you. But If those same people coming to you about your cousin, you shouldn't even want to hear that shit. You should be like, oh, no, that's my cousin. I don't want to hear that. I'll talk to my cousin and let her tell me what she said. Because you should have been believing what she said over what anybody was saying, since you want that type of loyalty from her. But the minute that Kimmie came and told you that she said something, you jumped with it, went all against her, talking about her, spilling her beans. Dogging her out. So that's not cousin like. That's not family like. So, Keke, I want you to wise up, and you might have to realize for your sobriety, I don't know if being on this show is going to be for you, especially with the incident with the Home Depot and stuff like that, because I'm not going to lie, like, you did look bad in that video. And, it just might have been an off day. It could have just been an off day. And I hope that you haven't had a relapse, because I really like Keke. Like, I like Keke. It's something about her that I like. And I want her to beat this. She got it in her. Like, she has it in her to beat this. I want that for her. I really do want that for her, because I don't like seeing people that's like educated as she is and have all of these things stacked up that you can be using for good. And like I say, those substances are a bad thing. Like, ooh, when they get a hold of you, it's bad. And I don't think a lot of people understand how bad it is. I don't understand how bad it is. For those type of things. Like I said, like, I got a gambling habit and, a food habit, but I need the food, you know what I'm saying? And, I eat more than what I need. And, I gamble or whatever, but, I'm not a sore loser. If I lose, is oh well, whatever the case may be. It is what it is. But with Keke, these, like alcohol and, DRUGSs, like those things take a physical toll on you. Like it's mental, it's physical, all type of things. And I've never experienced things where your body is calling for those type of things. Like I had surgery last year. And like, I have a high tolerance for pain, but I'll take my pain medicine. I don't care. Like I have my favorite aunt. She will not take medicine. Like she do not like taking medicine, like pain medicine. She'll just deal with the headache. I don't care how long it go on. She would just deal with it. She will not take pain medicine. She's scared she's going to get addicted to it. She won't drink. Alcoholism running our family, so she won't drink and things like that. So I understand, people like I've seen it all my life in my family, not particularly drugs, but alcohol. My uncle that passed away, like he was an alcoholic. He was my age. He passed away. He was a really bad alcoholic. Not only that, my son's father, alcoholics. Like it runs in my son family on my side and their daddy's side. His daddy an alcoholic. So I don't like to judge people about that. I don't judge people when they have addictions, because I do understand that that's not that person. And I also understand that you really can't say stuff about people if you haven't like walked in that person's shoes with something like that. Like if you haven't dealt with a addiction like that, you don't know what that's like to have your body, like something outside of yourself, craving something that is bad for you, but your body is craving it and you're not satisfied and you're not yourself until you get it. You know what I'm saying? So, I just pray for people that, is in that situation. And like I said, Keke, I see a lot of potential in her. So I definitely want her to get help, stay focused on her sobriety, because I don't want this show or her cousin, her family that's on this show to deter her from her sobriety. She needs to know that that is first and foremost. And even I know she probably going through some things with her marriage and stuff like that too. She alluded to that on her live the other week. So yeah, I want Keke, I want the best for her. And like I said, she might have to cut some people off like her cousin to get there. I would kind of try to surround myself around Melody or something like that, because I feel like Melody would have her best interest in mind, even though I would want Melody to be careful with her because she is an addict. But I feel like Melody could pray for her and, you know, try to get her in different treatment programs and get her connected with some people that could help her further along in her sobriety, that I don't feel like Tisha and Marcel and them would do or would be willing to do for her, and it would be genuine. It would be for something else for them to get something out of. I think Melanie would do it without asking for anything in return, just to know that this person is gonna be okay or get on the right path to being okay for her family, her kids and stuff like that. Like, Tisha, you say this girl got kids, y'all kids is cool and stuff like that. So you should want for your cousin to get better so that she can be better for your little cousins as well. But like I said, Tisha is selfish and she don't think about nobody but her damn self. And so is her mama's like that too. And like I said, I don't like that about her. And Tisha, Keke, you might have to exit out your life because, like I said, family not always good for you. Okay, no matter who they are. Okay, so you might have to think some decisions to make, Keke. And like I said, I'll be praying for you. I hope and pray for the best for you. I hope you can beat this situation that you're in. And that's it. I wish the best for you. And y'all, that's all I have on this video. I know it's kind of long, but please like this video. Subscribe to the channel. And until next time, guys, bye. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to me and Brown Skin's Patreon, because we got some mess coming up this week. Mess on Patreon. And we have to show certain things on Patreon because we can't do it on YouTube. So just to give y'all a little hint about some of the stuff that we gonna do is we can't show it like on our YouTube page because we'll get flagged and we know people like to strike. So we'll show it on Patreon, okay? So we can go through it. All right, let's go. All right. Bye, y'all.